A very good evening, all. I'm Diti Lama with the Tuesday night edition of South Asian News, Vision of Asia. We are coming to you from our studio in New York City. Welcome to the show. Let's begin by taking a look at the coronavirus pandemic. Globally, we are looking at 72.8 million cases of the coronavirus with at least 1.6 million deaths. In the United States, we are at 16.6 million cases, and the death toll from COVID-19 in the US has surpassed a grim milestone with more than 300,000 deaths. The nation also recorded more than 110,000 current COVID-19 hospitalizations yesterday, setting a new record high since the beginning of this pandemic. These new infections and deaths are accelerating at an unprecedented rate, and experts are again pleading Americans to follow CDC guidelines of social distancing, washing hands, and wearing a mask. Experts are also asking everyone to not gather for holiday festivities this season. With eyes on the vaccine to truly curb coronavirus spread, the United States has begun giving its first doses of the Pfizer and BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. A great moment for science here, as the vaccine brings in a ray of hope during this devastating time. Today, day 2 of vaccine rollout took place all across the U.S., vaccinating healthcare workers on the front line in Illinois, New Hampshire, Maine, New Jersey, and Puerto Rico, who received their first doses. Inoculating these healthcare workers is a part of a massive campaign to protect all Americans and contain this outbreak. Meanwhile, second vaccine from Moderna Inc. is appearing set for regulatory authorization this week, as U.S. Food and Drug Administration staff endorsed the Moderna vaccine as safe and effective. In politics, the Electoral College has officially confirmed President-elect Joe Biden's victory, while President Donald Trump continues to deny election results and has still yet to concede. This political chaos is happening while talks of stimulus package are still up in the air, impacting the already affecting economy. We bring tonight much on these politics as well as holiday festivities this season. Here are the headlines. Electoral College confirms President-elect Joe Biden's victory, featuring veteran journalist Rohit, Vyas, New Jersey. Consulate General of India commemorates Jewish festival Hanukkah 2020, New York. Christmas tree lighting ceremony 2020 welcomes holiday season in Edison, New Jersey. It's time for a short break on Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. We'll be back shortly. And welcome back. I'm Aditi Lama, and this is Vision of Asia, Tuesday night episode of South Asian News. Let's begin by taking a look at the Consulate General of India in New York and its ongoing initiatives during COVID-19 to continue empowering members of the community. Recently, the Consulate held virtual celebrations for Jewish festival Hanukkah 2020, featuring eminent personalities and politicians addressing all on Hanukkah, a celebration in the Jewish tradition which commemorates the rededication of the Second Temple in Jerusalem during the 2nd century. The legend says that Jews rose up against their oppressors in the Maccabean revolt. Often called the Festival of Lights, Hanukkah is celebrated with lighting of the menorah, traditional foods, and special prayers, a family festival that brings everyone together during the holiday season. On that, the virtual Hanukkah event by the Indian Consulate saw Indian Consul General to New York, Mr. Randeep Jaiswal, along with politicians such as Congresswoman Grace Meng, New York Assembly member Jennifer Rajkumar, Assemblyman Raj Mukherjee, others, and many more. Here is the story.
While this consulate and the AJC in collaboration has been celebrating Hanukkah here in New York for the last several years, but let me tell you, we have been celebrating Hanukkah in India for several centuries and millennia. In the villages of Konkan, in the small towns of Kerala and Cochin, and several other parts of India where we had Jewish community living for centuries. I remember of Mahatma Gandhi. He lived in South Africa for long years. Among his close associates, he had people from Jewish heritage. To name a few, Herman Kallenbach, his very dear friend, Sonia Schlesien, who was his secretary, and Henry Pollack. I'm sure he must have enjoyed Hanukkah as much as we are enjoying Hanukkah today.
Working and supporting each other, working with each other, of course, and supporting each other especially today, we can bring much more light to the world. And such a gathering of the communities of the Jewish community, together with the Indian American community, as well as with the two consulates, to celebrate our shared values, our moral commitment to each other, our commitment to fight together, to fight darkness and hate, and to bring light and hope to our communities. I think that there is no more noble cause.
Religious freedom and expression are central to our democracy, and I will continue to fight for these values at home and abroad. Thank you all for your commitment to this work. Our success would be impossible without this partnership. I promise to always be a partner to those who join virtually and to work with you, whether it be through my seat as a member of Congress or my seat on the Appropriations Committee or here in New York City. I look forward to continue working with all of you. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me, and please continue the important work that you are already doing. I wish everyone a warm rest of their evening and hope you and your families stay safe and healthy.
My Indian immigrant father and my Jewish American mother ran an Irish pub in Los Angeles. So for childhood me, a gathering like this is kind of beyond my wildest dreams in terms of having, just the ability to celebrate the fullness of who I am and not have to explain, all the complexities. So I just appreciate so much you having this celebration, you having me, and you celebrating and strengthening the bond between the United States, Israel, and India.
I wanted to express today how similar our two cultures are. It always strikes me whenever Diwali comes around, how very similar it is to Hanukkah. First of all, with the lighting of candles. We light diyas in India. And as we light the diya lamps, in Hanukkah, the menorah is lit. It's festival of lights all across the world. But the story is also very strikingly similar. Diwali celebrates a victory of Ram over the demon king. And Diwali is a celebration of the victory of good over evil, light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance. Similarly, Hanukkah, the Maccabees are victorious over the Syrian army, and it's a celebration of that.
This has been such a strange, difficult year for all of us. And with their defeat of military might against all odds, the Maccabees were certainly no strangers to overcoming the impossible. Also, oil sufficient for just one night lasted 8 nights. So when we're thinking about how light has conquered darkness in 2020, when it may not seem that obvious, you consider the silver linings of the pandemic. When the elderly and the immunocompromised in our communities couldn't step outside their homes early on in the pandemic, so many of you dropped off groceries to your neighbors, checked on those without loved ones at home to check on them. For the vaccine that's on its way to our respective home states right now, may it be effective and accessible to all global citizens rapidly, but surely we can all appreciate our healthcare heroes and science and how the world came together in researching and developing that vaccine.
Can we start with the lighting of the lamps? And are you just unmute yourself? And also, I should mention that Rabbi Romeo is twice. He's the bronze medalist in badminton at the Maccabea Games, and he led our Indian Jewish delegations in 85, 89, and 93. So we will start. While you're there with us, Rabbi, yourself. Okay, so you see the traditional Indian Jewish Hanukkah here, the oil lamp with the glass. That is
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we know is for this celebration, and we start with 2 blessings and then the regular blessings in Hebrew. Of course, we're going to do the traditional Indian way. So we're going to start just now. Please rise. Baruch atah
Adonai
Einu melech haolam,
Shanu Bereshita Vesivanu Leadlik Neshira
Hanukkah,
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech
haolam.
Continuing holiday season spirit, we are seeing numerous lighting ceremonies and socially distant events catered to celebrating Christmas 2020 and its significance as one of the biggest cultural celebrations globally. Christmas honors the birth of Jesus Christ and has often evolved into a worldwide religious and secular celebration incorporating many pre-Christian and pagan traditions into the festivities. Probably the most celebrated holiday, Christmas involves themes of light, evergreens, and hope and provides a sense of love and peace that is needed especially during this time of coronavirus pandemic. This year, celebrations are different, but the festive spirit continues to uplift all. On that, recently the Edison Township hosted a tree lighting ceremony at the Edison Glen Terrace to welcome the holiday season. The event was attended by community leaders as well as local officials. Here is what they all shared with ITV Gold on this holiday season and their hopes.
God bless you.
Yes. Happy Thank you, Tues. Thank you, ITV Gold.
Hi, this is Ganesh. I live here in Edison Glen. It has been my home, my heart for the past 6 years. I am one of the board members here. These are other board members standing here. It's a privilege to be part of this board. We have our property management group here as well, Danny and Jackie. So those are the people who manage the day-to-day operations. On the other side, today we have a very special guest, Lieutenant Dudash. We are so privileged, so honored to be having you in this August occasion. We have invited you, you have accepted us, and then you have graced us. It's really, we are very thankful for your, coming all the way for us. We also have the councilman Ajay Patel here, and he's going to join us soon. And yeah, that's pretty much so. We all happy holidays for everyone.
Good evening. Again, I'm Bob Dudash. I'm a lieutenant with the Edison Police Department, and I'm a member of Edison PBA Local Number 75, which is the union which represents Edison police officers. And I'm very pleased to be here tonight to accept a donation of some wonderful toys for the Toys for Tots initiative. The Edison PBA has been a strong supporter of Toys for Tots for many years, as well as the U.S. Marine Reserves. And Edison Glen has come through on several years now in a wonderful donation of toys. So I thank them from the bottom of my heart for the generosity.
Hi everyone, this is Raj. I'm a board member here, living here for many years. And first I want to say happy holidays, happy Christmas, and happy New Year. I mean, this is great. In the time of pandemic, when you cannot go to other places to see the lights, you cannot take your kids. This is what this board has done. This is amazing. You look the lights here, the hard work they have done for the kids. So I just want to say that enjoy this and enjoy at your home. And once again, happy holidays. And this is Raj once again.
Hi, my name is Manish Parikh. I live in Edison for 25 years and in Edison Glen for past 20 years. And this is the time that we see the pandemic, and my president Harpreet Singh had an idea to take care of the children, make them happy by the Christmas tree. And then all is well now, and happy holidays. See you better time.
Hi, this is Padma Palela. I'm living in the Edison Glen Terrace. I'm one of the board members, and it's nice talking on the TV to everybody out there. We've been living here for a very long time, and this is the first time we have taken this initiative to light up this area and give the joy of holidays to all the kids and all the residents in this area. As you could see that this whole pool area has been lighted up, so all the people living in this can come out on the balconies, enjoy the lights, and really enjoy the spirit of the holidays. And also I would like to thank our Mr. Councilman Ajay Patil and Richard Brushner to come here and help us initiate this initiative, as well as I would also like to thank all the volunteers that have come out here to make this a very successful event. Again, this is a teamwork. All the 5 board members have come together the initiative have been started by Harpreet, or Mr. President. He has a great ideas, and he, whenever he takes up something, he fulfills it to the extent. And again, this is a teamwork. I'm wishing all of you a very holiday and very happy holidays, and enjoy your days. Thank you.
Happy holidays, everyone. We are here to celebrate the spirit, the life of lights. Because of the pandemic, situation is not that good. But this whole effort done by our team, our friends, so that the people can come here, enjoy the own community, the whole community. They don't need to go outside now. So that's a small effort done by our team. Congratulations to everyone. Those have worked really hard. And enjoy. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy holidays, guys. Stay safe. Enjoy with your family. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Desh Gupta. I am one of the residents here. Last 10 years I am living in Edison Glen. I love this community and this is my home. This year, this is the first time where we have lightened our community and show the energy and entho. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Stay safe. Happy New Year.
Thank you, ITV Gold, for coming here and covering this event. This is the first Christmas tree lighting event for Edison Glen Terrace. I would like to congratulate the management and all the board members who have taken an interest in celebrating this festive season. You can see all around a wonderful lighting. I think I haven't seen this in many places, but it's very, very interesting during this pandemic time. People have chosen some fun part. They are going around and doing the good festive activities. So I'm very delighted and I'm very happy with that. With that, I can say the viewers of ITV Gold wish you all a very happy holidays, and hopefully the next year will be wide open so we can see each other again. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Edison Glen, for inviting us out here for the tree lighting today. They have a lot of wonderful displays out here. It was actually, the way I found it was that it was lit up enough that as I was driving through, I seen the lights on all the displays here. And wishing everybody out there Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you. And this is Councilman Brescher.
I'm so excited to say this. This event, actually, we are returning something to the community. And this initiative taken by our friends, Edison Police Department, and this is for Toy for Tots. And this is a small token. You can look how much stuff we collected from here. And that is the spirit. That's the things we want to be alive. Enjoy your time. Thank you so much.
Everything you're doing here in Edison, Mr. Dudash.
Appreciate it, Councilman.
And we appreciate all the gifts that Edison Glen here brought to us all here today. So I thank everybody from the community here. It's beautiful, and I hope you all have a happy holiday and a happy new year. Thank you.
Again, I'm Bob Dudash. I'm a lieutenant with the Edison Police Department and a member of Edison PBA Local 75. And I certainly want to thank again Edison Glen for their generosity for the Toys for Tots drive this holiday season. These toys are going to go to a lot of needy children in our area. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you again to Edison Glen.
It's time for the short break. Stay with Vision of Asia, voice of the community. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Vision of Asia, the South Asian news segment, and I am Aditi Lamba. Let's now take a look at the U.S. politics and the ongoing transition into the Biden-Harris administration. A day after the Electoral College confirmed President-elect Joe Biden's victory, the president-elect addressed Georgians to campaign for two Democratic U.S. Senate whose January 5th runoff elections could make or break his domestic policy agenda. And just ahead of his trip to Atlanta, top Republican in Congress, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell congratulated President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. This acknowledgement came after 6 weeks of President Donald Trump's unfounded claims of election fraud, and the president has still yet to concede to the president-elect. This is all happening while the country faces its worst surge in coronavirus cases and a devastated economy with a tough path of recovery ahead. So how are politics impacting every aspect of our life, and what will occur leading up to President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration ceremony? We spoke today with ITV Go's senior political commentator and veteran journalist, Mr. Rohit Vyas. Here is a segment of the conversation. The Electoral College has finally affirmed the Biden-Harris victory. So my first question to you has to be, this ceremony is a ritual which nobody usually talks about in most of the elections. But this year it became very, very important to see what the final decision was going to be. How are you looking at it?
Yeah, they tried to make it very transparent this year simply because there was a lot of misinformation that was being spread out there about the elections, namely that there was fraud involved, massive, widespread, calculated fraud and all the rest of it, sent out there by Trump and the campaign. And, they wanted to make sure the electors themselves, each of the states decided, let's make this an open, transparent process so the people of America can see for themselves how well the system works, how well democracy works, and what exactly the Electoral College is supposed to do.
Right.
And that's why for the first time, the Electoral College votes, in my memory, I think this is the first time all the states' Electoral College votes being cast were telecast nationally on CNN. And I don't think that's ever happened before because it's not even considered anything significant.
Right.
It's a given after every election, and once an electoral race is called, the Electoral College process is a formality. But this time, it became a necessity to show to the American people exactly how the system works and who actually becomes the President of the United States.
Correct. And, President-elect Joe Biden addressed the nation last night after the decision was clear. What did you think of that? He again talked about it's time to heal America. It's time to come together. He basically gave a direct comment on President Donald Trump to concede again. How did you look at that?
He was actually, frankly, angry. I think Joe Biden said this is all a waste. Basically, was trying to convey the message, look, we wasted enough time, enough resources, enough energy of everyone on this whole business of trying to find fraud when there repeatedly hasn't been any. The courts, from the lower courts to the higher courts, all dismissed any of the legal challenges brought by the Trump campaign. And so he wanted to send a very clear message, I thought, to the Trump campaign. Stop wasting the time of America. Let's get together now. Let's unite the country. Let's move forward with the business of governing, especially during a huge crisis that we have now, twin crises, the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic fallout from it. And he was very clear about the fact that it's time to go ahead now. Let's get things in place, start cooperating, have the inauguration, and begin governing and getting our country back on track.
This brings me to a point where I'd like to discuss this. President Donald Trump has lost popular vote on November 3rd. He has then lost recounts of votes. Then he has lost many legal battles across the nation. And yesterday he lost the Electoral College. What should the Republican Party learn from this, and how should they be responding?
I don't think they're going to learn much from this. If anything, they're going to. And again, I'm bipartisan. I don't, but I can't help but laugh in response, only because I think they're not going to learn. All they're going to do, they might actually capitalize on some of these moves for future elections, where you challenge, you come out there and you challenge a count, or you challenge the presumption that someone has won, as opposed to you. They might actually use this a bit more in the future, I think. I doubt any lessons have been learned because don't forget 100 plus congressmen from the Republican Party sided with Trump. They signed the legal briefs, the legal documents to challenge the elections, and they went right ahead and did so. Also, I think they're not going to be doing too much in terms of learning or educating themselves because Donald Trump is still going to exercise enormous influence over the Republican Party for the next 4 years for certain.
Well, this wraps up our show for the night. Please send us your suggestions and get your voices and organizations on our show. Email us on events@itvgold.com or follow us on Facebook at itvgold. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for free access to many of our popular shows. Thank you for joining us tonight from Queens, New York. This is Vision of Asia, and I am Aditi Lamba. Take care and be well.